Sorry. Hey everyone, it is me, Asha C. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for episode 5 of Rep Talk. We're gonna get straight into it. Alright, so kind of updating from last week, Kendra G and Danny Lee, they kind of had a feud. Well, they didn't have a feud. Kendra G just went off on her, but we have an update in the story. So apparently, according to Kendra G and Danny Lee, they got on camera and they were kind of just explaining both of their sides of the situation, and just saying that it was their teams that got involved and Danny Lee's team spoke on her behalf. Apparently that's just not what was said, and I just feel like Kendra G, you ain't even have to go in on a girl like that, but you did. And Danny, you need to have a backbone, because that right there is unforgivable. You going on me like that, you could never. A hoe could never. Alright, you could never go. You will never even. And then it was all hugged up in the clip. I was like, okay, alright, whatever, weird anyway.
We both were telling our truths. As in, she genuinely didn't know about the interview. Her team genuinely conveyed that she did not want me a part of the interview, which then promotes me to do that video. And girl, if you hate me for life, I don't. If you hate me for life after that,
she ate me up though.
I understand. I want to say this: there's no joy in my heart in what that energy that the video brought to you. I don't have joy in my heart. It was just that was my truth. You know, this is what I do, and for someone to say that, speak on her behalf and tell my radio station that she's not comfortable interviewing with me, she'll do it with other people, you know, I'm gonna go hard in the paint.
I understood. She was mad. She always lies for me too. So I was
and that was the thing. Yeah. As a woman, you know, there are certain things that you live life in front of the world. And I'm a woman. I made mistakes in dating past, but there was no camera following me. So there's a sympathy that I do have for you in that way. And there's only things you're gonna learn in the journey of dating. It's just that you're doing it in front of the world. Yeah. So I do have a sympathetic poem in my heart for her. But then, you know, girl, when I feel like I'm being attacked.
So moving on, and I'm kind of late on this, but the BET Hip Hop Awards was actually last Tuesday, and I was gonna do a full-on review, but it was just so much that happened. But I want to talk about a few of the highlights. So Fat Joe hosted, Glorilla won as Breakthrough Artist, Trina was honored with an award, Noriega actually received his flowers, and people were actually mad that for the podcast of the year, Drink Champs and Carisha Please won, and I understand people's frustration beyond that, and I don't agree that Carisha Please should win, because it's only been 5 episodes, and people claim that, you know, since Diddy is her little sugar daddy, he has something to do with, you know, her placement and paying with everything, and I don't necessarily think, well, honestly, it could be true, but I don't have the actual proof, so we could just say allegedly for right now. I ain't Tasha K. You know, it is what it is, but it was so good to see Noriega finally get his flowers, and him, you know, in his speech, and DJ Effin and Noriega saying, you know, he never wanted to come to award shows because he never won anything, and he's always giving people their flowers on Drink Champs, so now he has gotten his flowers, and I love that. We had Mobb Deep, Loud 30, David Banner, Dead Prez, Raekwon, Pusha T, Clips, Remy Ma, RZA, Styles P, so many people perform in the cypher. The Push and P beat did not mesh with everyone's flow, and it just wasn't really, it just wasn't good. I didn't like it. It didn't mesh with everyone's flow. However, it was still good. I think that this was one of the best BET Hip Hop Award shows, because it was not a dull moment. It was very cohesive, and it kind of gave each region some shine, and it also gave each era some shine. So it's like they did the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010 to the now. So it was a very cohesive show. And I gotta say that this is a 9 out of 10 show. It was really good. I definitely feel like BET is in the right, they're moving in the right direction when it comes to rebranding their award shows and everything. So shout out to BET. The Rap Girls beef, I'm not talking about it. It's too much. JT is saying this, and then Nicki, and then Cardi. I'm going to show you the solution that I have for all of them. So Kanye West last week was pictured at Paris Fashion Week with Candace Owens, sporting a shirt that said "White Lives Matter" along the backside. And that is a controversial reaction statement kind of mocking the movement of Black Lives Matter. Though Black Lives Matter, the organization, has done some questionable things when it comes to finances, the sentiment and the reason and the meaning behind the organization still stands, empowering and finding and getting justice for Black lives, because Black lives indeed do matter. And so it basically coined a racist response to the Black Lives Matter movement. And so in a now deleted screenshot, Kanye West says, everyone knows Black Lives Matter was a scam and now it's over, you're welcome. And so a lot of political commentators and advocates such as Mark Lamont Hill said, Kanye West's decision to wear a White Lives Matter shirt is disgusting, dangerous, and irresponsible. Some of y'all will rush to defend him and you should ask why. Professor and political commentator Wendy Osefo, Dr. Wendy Osefo, she says is what Kanye West is not only intellectually dishonest, but irresponsible and dangerous. Journalist Jamel Hill had the same sentiment. The funny thing is that I cannot be anti-Semitic because Black people are actually Jew, and you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. After his Twitter was restored, he posted a black hat that said 2024, insinuating that he would be running for president. And he actually did say that at an award show. I just feel like Kanye has gone off the wagon when it comes to his mental health, when it comes to him as a person. Like, he's honestly been getting on my nerves. Like, him just doing everything for shock value. I just feel like Kanye is such a legend in the game, and I just feel like these cheap and cheesy moments, he doesn't have to do this at all. Like, literally, he's one of the greatest producers to ever do it. And just seeing him do social media antics like this, it's honestly disgusting and it's beneath him. And for him to attack a group of people, like, it's like you want to get in with Black people, but then you make them upset. But then you're tired of the giants doing you wrong, but then you go back to them. Like, it just doesn't make sense at all. So then, speaking of people that don't make sense, Diddy, Brother Love, was on The Breakfast Club, and he kind of discussed a slew of topics. He discussed of dating and losing himself as an artist, and he talked about Kanye. He actually defended Kanye, and I was not surprised, not shocked. He talked about dating Carisha, and honestly, Carisha is the queen of manifesting, because y'all remember this video?
Who is 1111? 1111, y'all. I quote motherfucking 1111. I wish me and this nigga be together forever. Like, God, please. This nigga is my motherfucking dream nigga. I wish we be together forever. God, please. Ain't motherfucking men.
And then she just like manifested Diddy. Like, I want Diddy. I swear I'm not farting, guys. It's just my chair. Next, he also expanded on his statement where he said R&B is dead. And he's saying the actual resources to make R&B stars is a lost art. And I think he's talking about artist development.
Shit on anybody. I'm only here to elevate. You know what I'm saying? And when I was saying that, I'm talking about the resources.
System.
I wasn't talking about like, yo, the singers are bad. I was like, you could have the hottest R&B record and nobody will know because there's not enough playlists. There's not enough money to really present you in the right way as a superstar. You can't make videos to compete with hip hop artists, and also making an R&B song of quality takes a longer time than hip hop. So I was not directing it towards any artist because there's so many great young artists that are out here.
I feel like R&B artists don't really have like a place. Like, they're not like, I feel like the labels don't know specifically what to do with them. So I definitely understand him on that. And also, Charlemagne poses, I think it's either Charlemagne or Envy, they pose a question and they say that Diddy claims that he did not steal anything. And I'm just going to play a few clips just to give you some insight on what he said. And then I'll come back with my opinion.
You look at an artist, Mace, right? Was upset for you for years.
Yes.
Then down the line, he has an artist. And then recently, his artist is upset because he's basically said allegedly that Mace didn't pay him and there was problems.
Yeah.
And do you look at that and be like, that's just an executive, or is it one of those things like, I told you?
I didn't do nothing to him. So let's go back to the first of all. The first of all is there has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true, and has really tried to stain my legacy. If you think that I'm a scumbag that will ever steal anything, my name is Diddy, Sean Combs. I never took nothing from nobody a day in my life. All I've ever given is opportunity, more money than a person was making. So when I hear like, or I see things, and I'm like, wow, this vibe that they got on me, like I'm Big Red or something. I came here, I had to open up the doors.
So you're saying you don't steal from artists is what you're saying?
Never.
So how does a narrative like that happen with so many different people?
Because when you get to a certain point and the money is running low, you gotta run this hustle to try to find somebody to blame.
And I'm like, it's a pattern with a lot of artists that Diddy has signed to Bad Boy. They call it the Bad Boy curse. I can't really speak for Mace because Mace has done some questionable things, but the artists aren't ever the same. Most of them are dead. Most of them aren't as rich as him. Diddy further pushes the black capitalist agenda. Like he's saying, like people are putting out this narrative and it's just like, everyone can't be lying on you. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I wanna work with Diddy one day. I don't hate him. I'm just saying like accountability is everything. Like I feel like if you admit that you maybe made some missteps and mess ups, I think things will be better for you and you'll have a clearer conscience, in my opinion. And last topic, BlueFace and Chrisean Rock have a show on Zeus, and I just felt like that was well played by Zeus because I know we was not watching that after Baddies ATL. I did not watch that show. I literally can't watch anything on Zeus because my brain will be fried. Like I feel like I lose about 10 brain cells and my credit score drops every time I watch anything on Zeus. But Chrisean Rock and BlueFace, their relationship is super toxic, and it sucks that Chrisean had a very promising career and so did BlueFace, but the fact that they had to take this turn and just tarnish both of their names like this is really sad. I feel like the show is not good. It's not positive. And I'm not saying like we can't have mess because people are like, oh, black shows this and black shows that. Black people are multifaceted people, but it's just like we're actually watching abuse happen for our entertainment and no one's like, everyone's just laughing. It's odd. But yeah, that concludes this episode of today's Rap Talk. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.